Hello and welcome to the October 30th edition of The Pulse, your source for news and sports from all around MHS.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. We have quite the program for you today. I'm David Walker.
And I'm Cameron Wazalowski. It's a wonderful Friday here in Manchester, Connecticut. Fall is thriving, grades are closing, principals are singing.
Principals are indeed singing, Cam. Watch out for that on this week's edition of Get Your Pulse Going.
And also learn a bit about the little fishes that have recently joined the MHS community through the school's new preschool center.
Even take a look at an exciting scientific event, Mole Day.
Stay tuned for all this and much more on
The Pulse.
Contrary to the sound of the phrase, Mole Day is not a celebration of small burrowing mammals, but rather of a number very important in the chemistry world. It occurs October 23rd each year, and there were some at MHS who are pretty excited to celebrate. Bailey Naso has the story.
Get set, Mole!
Mole Day, which occurs on October 23rd every year, is a celebration of arguably the most important number in chemistry, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. MHS celebrated its own Mole Day again this year, starting bright and early at 6:02 a.m. Chemistry students got to school extra early to eat donut moles and participate in the Mole Olympics, an intense set of relay races meant to honor the actual mammal before the day begins. Students then met during Power Hour to perform songs and poems for our Molesterpiece Theater.
Don't say my name, I don't play no game. I like to be free, call me up at 6.022 times 10 to the 23.
The Mole Olympics were already really
intense.
difficult. They were really intense.
The final event of the day was the Dirt Pie Eating Contest, where 8 brave students searched for gummy worms in an Oreo and pudding pie. This year's winner was sophomore Asa Dunn. If you're in chemistry next year, you're invited, so don't miss Mole Day 2016. Same date, same time, same fun. From The Pulse, this has been Bailey Naso reporting.
Don't miss out on next year's Mole Day festivities. Talk to a chemistry teacher about how to get involved.
Speaking of involvement, we'd like to take a moment and highlight a group of guys who have been very involved in their sports this season.
That's right. The boys cross-country team has been on a roll since the beginning of the season and ended with an undefeated record. Max Larmette and Tyler Madden took an in-depth look at how this team has been so successful throughout the season in this week's Sports Corner.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Sports Corner. I'm Tyler Madden.
And I'm Max Larmette. The Manchester Indians boys cross-country team is undefeated this year with a record of 8-0.
Some of their meets were against some very tough teams. Take a look. The Manchester Indians boys cross-country team have had a very successful season with an undefeated record of 8-0, with wins coming against East Catholic, South Windsor, and East Hartford. Even though their record looks easily won, it came not only from skill, but also the captain's leadership shown by Jacob Lopez and Brian Coyne. Joining us here now are the two captains of the boys cross-country team, Jacob Lopez and Brian Coyne. How are you guys doing?
Good. Well, I know you guys participated in the CCC championships last week. How did you guys do?
Well, overall we came in third out of 33 teams, tied for first in our division.
The person on the team you think stepped up the most?
Well, actually, I believe we had 2 people that stepped up this year, which were Tim Rowe and Kyle Smith. They both decided to leave their main sport of soccer to join the team this year, and they really contributed a lot to our scores and undefeated season.
Thanks, guys, for coming out. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. Well, that about wraps it up for this week's edition of Sports Corner. I'm Max Larmette.
And I'm Tyler Madden. Make sure to come out and support your sports teams, Manchester.
Thank you, Tyler and Max, and congratulations to the boys cross-country team on a very successful season this year.
The fall season is coming to an end and some important games remain. The girls volleyball team's senior night is tonight, Friday, October 30th. The game will be against Newington at 5:15 in the main gym.
Returning to some school news, Manchester High has recently reformed a partnership. EPSA students now help run a preschool center for children under the age of 6. Parents drop off their children for the preschool experience, while EPSA students are able to gain experience working with the children. They learn how to create lessons and about how young minds work. Jenna Kelly takes us into the classroom with all of Manchester High's newest students.
Manchester High School no longer just has kids from grades 9 to 12, but also preschoolers. A new daycare center was put into the Family Consumer Science hallway at the beginning of the 2015 school year. Children from all over Manchester spend the day in the high school doing arts and crafts, participating in story time, playing outside, and getting to know the high schoolers on a regular basis. Mrs. Esposito is the main teacher in the daycare center.
And since then it's just kind of evolved. It has really been an exciting journey to get in here, to meet all the high school kids, to bring our program here. I think it's given us a lot of exposure where other people are seeing what we're doing and seeing, where the start of their education really comes from.
Children get to experience early interaction with older kids in the learning environment that comes with this daycare. Charlotte Taylor is a current preschool student in the daycare center and enjoys the opportunities that come with this program.
This time I'm going to play with the doggy. It's a soft doggy.
With many new changes coming to Manchester High School, this has definitely been a beneficial one. Whenever you see the kids in the hall, remember to say hi. From the Pulse, this has been Jenna Kelly reporting.
Students are asked that if they see younger children in the hallways to set a positive example, be cheerful and polite, and I'm sure a smile will go a long way.
An interesting story that has been riding around our school parking lot for over 12 years now. Hip Hop is a stuffed frog that has had some real adventures here at MHS. Rainiel Fuentes spotlights this unique member of the Manchester High community.
Did you know that Manchester has been holding a very unique tradition for many years now? Hip Hop the Frog has been riding around MHS for a long time.
Did you know that this frog has been around for over 13 years?
No, I didn't know that. It's crazy.
I have never seen that frog before, so no, I did not know that.
I have. I think it's disgusting, but I've seen it.
Originally, she was found on the ground by a security guard and was put in the middle of a cart ever since. Hip Hop has actually been helping athletes get around for over 13 years.
What happened here? What's with this, all this discoloration?
I don't know, it's just old.
Through rain and shine, Hip Hop is here to stay. From the Pulse, this has been Rainiel Fuentes reporting.
Thank you, Rainiel, for that unique story. Look for Hip Hop between the seats of the senior lot's golf cart.
Last week, Principal Krieger made an important announcement addressed to students regarding their behavior during Power Hour. Eric Hernandez details the importance of an appropriate Power Hour behavior.
Last week, Ms. Krieger made a very important announcement addressed to all students. Mr. Rudy explains exactly what students should have taken away from it.
Well, I think the most important thing would be to address where those issues are. So, it's not a large-scale issue. Most kids are using Power Hour the way they're supposed to, and we know that when kids do, their grades are tremendously better. So we're looking to find the kids that are struggling in classes and then not using this resource. And so we're trying to address it from that angle and trying to address the students that are not using it appropriately. The intention is not to take Power Hour away and not to take away this opportunity for the kids that are using it appropriately. So we would be looking to address the issue with the students that are either misusing the Power Hour or not using the Power Hour as the way it's intended.
Administration is asking students to respect the school environment. Manchester High School is one of very few schools in the nation to have a schedule that involves time like Power Hour, and administrators want students to use it to their advantage. See teachers, sit down, have a break, keep the school clean, and stay smart. So thank you, Ms. Krieger, for reminding students of our commitment to keeping the school environment great.
Speaking of Mrs. Krieger, this week on Get Your Pulse Going, we have a special performance by our very own principal and a Halloween-themed lip-syncing contest. Jane Nolan brings us this edition of Get Your Pulse Going.
Good day, Manchester citizens. Welcome to the next edition of Get Your Pulse Going. I am your host, Jane Nolan.
For the Halloween-themed edition, we will have a spooky lip-sync competition.
Our judges today are the homecoming queen, Rosanna Perez, the homecoming king, our very own Noah Richards, and lastly, Miss MHS Naru Nahar. Performing first will be Elizabeth Lodge and Erica Palm, followed by performance featuring Principal Krieger, Miss Torres, and Mr. Roberts. Let's see what's happening. All right, Eric, you pulled out a strong performance there. How do you feel?
I feel strong.
How many hours of practice did you put in that?
About 20 minutes. It was a lot.
I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. I never miss a beat. I'm lighting on my feet, and that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. Maybe brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my god, I'm just gonna shake it to the fella over there with the hella good hair. Won't you come on over, baby? We can shake, shake, shake. Yeah.
You guys pulled out all the stops for that performance. How do you feel after that one?
I feel great. You know, Principal Krieger is the best, and she told us this is what we got to do, is what we're going to do. Rock on.
It's always been my dream to be able to do this, so I'm just so thankful. Thank you.
I'm so happy to make your dreams come true.
Thank you.
I'm a little shaky right now, but I think I'll be okay.
All of these contestants just had very strong performances. I'm very impressed. I didn't know MHS had this much talent, but we do. All right, judges have tallied up the scores. Let's see the final results. Okay. Scores have been tallied. Winners have been made. And those winners are... Pause for effect. These three people right here, they have won a free bucket of candy. Congratulations, guys. There you go. There you have it, folks. See you next time. If you'd like to see the full version of Miss Torres, Mr. Roberts, and Principal Krieger's performance, check it out at our website at www.mhstelevision.com.
Wow, Miss Krieger, Mr. Roberts, and Miss Torres, you guys for sure earned that win.
It's true. Their setup and preparations were impeccable.
Eric, Liz, you put out a respectable performance too, but don't worry about it. Just shake it off.
Before we sign off today, Manchester, we have some quick announcements for you. If you are a skier or a snowboarder, there are still spots available in the MHS Ski Club. If you're interested, the forms are in the Student Activities office and are due by Monday.
In Manchester, look out. Our website is officially up. Please check out mhstelevision.com for all sorts of news, sports updates, watch the Pulse, check out independent student projects, catch up on our sister program, Manchester Monthly, get information on our recent news blitz. It's all available for you.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Manchester. Thank you so much for joining us.
And if you have any ideas for stories that we might have missed, email Mr. Larson at b11elars@mpspride.org or stop by the communications suite.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at MHSRedProd. And once again, our new website is mhstelevision.com. Please check it out. I'm Cameron Wazalowski.
And I'm David Walker. Happy Halloween, Manchester.